Sam Rivers, who served as the bassist and provided backing vocals for the groundbreaking nu metal band Limp Bizkit, has died at the age of 48. The devastating news was confirmed by the band through an emotional post shared on their official Instagram account, a message that immediately sent shockwaves across the rock and metal communities. The band, consisting of frontman Fred Durst, drummer John Otto, guitarist Wes Borland, and DJ Lethal, wrote a heartfelt tribute honoring their late friend and bandmate. "Our brother, our bandmate, our heartbeat," the message began, setting the tone for the sorrow that poured through every word. They continued, "Sam Rivers wasn't just our bass player, he was pure magic. The pulse beneath every song, the calm in the chaos, the soul in the sound. From the first note we ever played together, Sam brought a light and a rhythm that could never be replaced. His talent was effortless, his presence unforgettable, his heart enormous." The words captured more than just grief, they embodied decades of brotherhood. In the post, Limp Bizkit reminisced about the countless moments they had shared, wild ones, quiet ones, beautiful ones, as they wrote, each made more meaningful because of Sam's presence. "He was a once-in-a-lifetime kind of human," the post continued. "A true legend of legends. And his spirit will live forever in every groove, every stage, every memory. We love you, Sam. We'll carry you with us, always. Rest easy, brother. Your music never ends." For longtime fans, the loss of Sam Rivers is not just the loss of a musician, it's the loss of a key force behind one of the most influential sounds of the late 90s and early 2000s. Limp Bizkit wasn't just another rock band, they were a cultural wave that redefined the boundaries between rap and metal, anger and melody, chaos and catharsis. And at the core of that sound was Sam, quietly holding it all together. Sam Rivers' journey into music began long before the fame. Born in Jacksonville, Florida, in 1977, Sam grew up surrounded by rhythm. Music ran through his veins. His father was a professional musician who performed in local jazz bands, while his mother encouraged creativity and discipline. From an early age, Sam was drawn to the low-end frequencies of bass, fascinated by how that instrument could shape an entire song without ever needing to scream for attention. By the time he was in middle school, Sam was already experimenting with jazz, funk, and rock, learning not only how to play but how to feel music. In high school, Sam crossed paths with drummer John Otto, who shared his hunger for sound that could shake the walls. The two quickly bonded, spending endless hours in garages and makeshift studios, experimenting with different styles and dreaming of breaking into something new, something that didn't fit neatly into any one genre. That experimental spirit would eventually define Limp Bizkit. After high school, life took an unexpected turn when Sam found himself working at a Chick-fil-A in Jacksonville. It was there that he met a young, tattooed, outspoken guy named Fred Durst, who at the time was a struggling artist with big ideas and an even bigger attitude. Durst had been dabbling in music and graffiti, but he was searching for a sound, something heavy, raw, and real. When he discovered that Rivers played bass and Otto was on drums, an idea began to form. The three started jamming together after work, combining hard rock, rap, and raw emotion into something that felt explosive. What started as casual jam sessions soon became the foundation for what would be known as Limp Bizkit, a band that would eventually sell millions of albums and define an era. When guitarist Wes Borland joined in 1996, followed by DJ Lethal, the lineup was solidified. Each member brought a unique flavor, but Sam's presence was the glue. His deep, pulsating bass lines gave structure to Fred's fiery vocals and Borland's experimental guitar riffs. By 1997, Limp Bizkit had become a phenomenon in Jacksonville's underground music scene. Their sound was aggressive yet rhythmic, a chaotic mix of fury and groove that resonated with young people searching for an outlet in an era of growing discontent. Their shows were loud, sweaty, and cathartic, and Sam Rivers stood right at the center of it, often calm, almost meditative, as the crowd erupted around him. The band's breakout moment came with their sophomore album, Significant Other, which included hits like Nuki, Break Stuff, and Rearranged. Each track showcased Sam's intricate bass work, deep, elastic, and perfectly timed. His bass lines didn't just accompany the music, they led it. On Break Stuff, his riffs created the tension that made the song explode. On Rearranged, he brought a haunting depth that gave emotional weight to Durst's lyrics. Then came Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water in 2000, the album that turned Limp Bizkit into global superstars. The record debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 and sold over 1 million copies in its first week, a record-breaking achievement at the time. Songs like My Way, Rollin', Air Raid Vehicle, and Take a Look Around dominated radio and MTV. Behind every hit, Sam's bass quietly drove the rhythm, setting the tone for the chaos that defined the band's signature sound. Despite their massive success, life within Limp Bizkit was never simple. Fame brought pressure, internal conflicts, and endless media scrutiny. Sam, who was known for his quiet and introspective personality, often found himself retreating from the noise. Unlike Durst's outspoken persona, Sam preferred to stay out of the spotlight, focusing on his craft. Friends and fellow musicians described him as grounded, humble, and deeply thoughtful, a man whose passion for music outweighed any interest in fame. As the years went on, Limp Bizkit went through cycles of breakups, hiatuses, and reunions, but Sam remained a constant presence whenever the band regrouped. Even during their most chaotic years, when nu metal was fading from mainstream favor, Sam stayed loyal to the music that had defined his life. He was there through it all, the highs, the controversies, the tours that spanned continents. Beyond the stage, Sam was also a mentor to many young musicians. Those who knew him personally often recall how generous he was with his time, always ready to offer advice or lend an ear. He believed that music was not about ego but about connection, the ability to make someone feel something real. In recent years, Sam had been quieter, stepping back from the public eye as he dealt with ongoing health issues. According to those close to him, he had faced some medical challenges but remained optimistic, focusing on recovery and still keeping in touch with his bandmates. The group's last release, Battlefield, The After Party, a track created for the Battlefield 6 video game, marked what would be Sam's final recorded performance with Limp Bizkit. The song, with its driving bass and atmospheric undertones, now feels eerily like a farewell. When news of his death broke, tributes began flooding in from across the world. Fans, musicians, and fellow artists took to social media to share their grief. Many posted clips of Sam's iconic performances, the way he would sway on stage, lost in the rhythm, or the small smile that would flash across his face when the crowd screamed the lyrics back at the band. Others shared personal memories of how his music helped them through dark times, reminding the world that the impact of a true artist never fades. Fred Durst, in a separate personal post, wrote, "Sam was the best of us. The calm in every storm, the brother you could always count on. He believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself. There's no Limp Bizkit without Sam, and there never will be." Wes Borland added, "He had this quiet genius about him. You'd watch him play and realize he didn't just hear the music, he felt it in his bones. He made every note matter." As fans mourned, news outlets confirmed that Sam Rivers' funeral took place in a private ceremony in Jacksonville, attended by family, close friends, and his bandmates. The ceremony was described as intimate and emotional, filled with music, just as Sam would have wanted. A small ensemble performed acoustic renditions of a Rearranged and Behind Blue Eyes, two songs that held deep personal meaning for him. Durst reportedly delivered a moving eulogy, breaking down several times as he spoke about their shared journey from working in a fast food restaurant to performing for millions around the world. Outside the venue, fans gathered holding candles and posters, playing Limp Bizkit songs in their cars, turning the streets into an impromptu tribute. For hours, people shared stories of what Sam's music meant to them. One fan said, "When I was going through my worst times, it was his bassline in a Rearranged that kept me grounded. You could feel his soul in every note."